Hello, viewers, and welcome to session something of Highway of Blood. Um, Little change in the way things occur for those of you who have been watching it on James's James Corp channel. Unfortunately, due to the delay in sessions, and we kind of had to make a decision to continue with this just through a general recording rather than continue live streaming on James's channel because James had other games to pick up. So, with that, just so you know, James, even though he's not here, he will be missed, but something may eventually happen to poor Timothy within the game in order for the others to continue on without having to worry too much about Timothy. We shall see what occurs. So,
What's that? What's that, lassie? Timmy's down the well.
There is a well in this game, so yeah, that's and we're not going to hand wave Timothy. Timothy will go out in a blaze of glory.
Blood.
Yeah. So with that, I'm just going to do a quick recap of where we're at, and then just kind of do a quick reintroduction of all of the players here, and then we will move back on into the town of Abattoir and catch up with what's going on with Jack and Reg. So when we last left, we had we okay. Wow. So we saw three of our characters, Mary, Wallace, and Timothy, escape capture and evaded recapture from the Dustbillies and the cult members at a compound somewhere within the desert. They coordinated a daring escape, took off in a stolen vehicle, and after a little bit of a mishap, are now driving away as quick as they can, hopefully heading to safety, but we shall see. Prior to that, we were also seeing what was up with Jack and Reg, who had made their way back into the town of Abattoir. Their vehicle had run out of gas. They hid the vehicle. They did a little bit of exploring around the abandoned Hackett and Sons Beef Company, then made their way up a road to a local junkyard where they found that the two owners there were either part of or had some sort of connection with the cult, and had heard over radio chatter that some sort of good news may be in the works, as far as they know, some or all of their companions had escaped and are now in the process of being hunted down. And I believe that's where we concluded last time. So with that, we will move into the game after a quick introduction. So we'll start with Keith. Keith, who are you playing?
I am playing Wallace Cumley. I am a recent graduate from the Sheriff's Academy, so I am a little bitty deputy. I am out on vacation before I start the job proper. The vacation has turned for the worse. I am with my cousin from England and their friends. This is going to have to go down as the worst vacation in the history of the Cumley family. That is who I am playing.
I've been worried if you said it was the second worst.
Yeah.
No, this is the worst. I can't even contemplate the second worst anymore.
It's the first when you all went to Wally World and realized it was closed?
Maybe.
Okay. Come on. We all know. Okay, anyways, moving on. All right. So
Whataburger was closed.
So next we have Sue. Welcome back, Sue. And who are you playing?
I'm playing Mary Coupland. She's a photographer. She's from England, and she works for a newspaper alongside Jack.
Excellent. And next we have on my frame is Pookie. Welcome back, Pookie. And who are you playing?
I am playing Jack Borrow, who is Wallace's cousin, and has been accompanied by his friends on the holiday to America, and he's a student. who wants to be a writer. And boy, if he gets out of this, has he got a story to tell?
Oh, fantastic.
Nobody
and
will
then,
believe you.
And then next we have Bud. Welcome back, Bud. And who are you playing?
I'm playing Reginald Reg Davies, who's a graduate from the University of Hard Knocks.
Mhm.
He's a bum who manages to get by with his cocky attitude. He's full of bluster, but has occasional moments of blind panic but bravery, which seem to work out okay for him. If it wasn't for him, Jack would be dead.
Very good.
I think
And
you'd
then,
agree on that.
yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's literally a whole REI campground equipment littering the highway of stuff that helped you guys avoid certain death on many occasions. So
And he's more annoyed that he's lost his sunglasses than anything else.
right. And the luck rolls will continue for you to find a pair of sunglasses that fit or somewhere in any vehicle that you steal from here on out.
They give me power.
It may hit, who knows. And then kind of sitting silently, who's helping us with the recording and everything, holding the technical capacity is J-Wall. He's not involved in the game, but he's there in spirit. So let me get out my crystal ball. J-Wall, can you hear us? No? Okay. Never mind. So we'll leave him in silent capacity. So the scene is going to kind of zoom back in a hectic state. Like as mentioned, we're going to start with what's going on with Jack and Reg. When we left them, they were going to a large junkyard to try to seek help. Come to find out that the two characters manning this junkyard are either part of or associated with the cult. There was some sort of chatter on the radio. They think that their friends may have escaped somehow, but and so we're kind of come into them not really knowing what's going on, but maybe a ray of hope as they decide what their next move is going to be. So let me go ahead and pull up the information on the junkyard here. It was just open, and then we'll let you guys move forward now. And also the two you went through the bits and pieces of the junkyard office there. You did find a weapon. You did pick up some other items there, and you also had bound the two brothers, admittedly brothers, here. Let's see here. Welcome to Abattoir.
They had the pickup truck, didn't they?
Yes. Oh, that was the other thing. There was a
Mm.
pickup truck, and you had the keys to that. So, sorry, where did it go? Here we go. All right, and then okay. So, yeah. So John and Michael. John and Mike, these are the two brothers. They have similar features, so it's very easy to ascertain that they're twins of some sorts. Admittedly, or at least what they proclaimed is they aren't part of it. But in your questioning of them, more threatening of them, they admitted that these dust billies, they're one of the victims here. They hunt and kill strangers. As far as they told you, but they do what they do to keep from becoming part of said atrocities. So, but you did hear the chatter and the noise on the radio that somebody escaped. They didn't name them by names, but you fairly that your friends have escaped and they are leaving some sort of compound. And that anyone who's currently out on the road needs to keep an eye out for them, because the Reverend is pissed that they were allowed to escape. Heads are going to roll, and somebody's going to pay for this mistake. So
Okay.
yes. So and if you didn't know, you did pick up a 38 caliber handgun from their belongings.
Is it loaded?
Let's see here. Yes. It doesn't say if it's loaded or not, but I'm going to assume that if it's in a locked cash box with $250, which you also have, that this is going to be a loaded handgun.
Is it a revolver?
38 caliber handgun. I think yes. I think we went through this last time. I think we decided it was a revolver. But if it's not, it is now. So we're just going to say it's a revolver. Just a moment. Children. So
Yes, Dad.
Okay, so here we are. You guys are still at the at this junkyard. You're in or near the attached office. You've located the keys for the or was provided the keys for this tow truck. But it's your typical scrapyard. In fact, let me share this with you to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at. There you go. So just a mismatch of trash and scrap, old busted broken cars, and pretty much anything that you can think of is in this huge fenced in yard as far as junk and trash is concerned. So what would you like to do at this point in time?
We got to find them.
Mm-hmm.
If they're getting away, we need to catch up with them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, Scott, all the DMs noted on that handout.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
All the DMs noted on that picture of the avatar.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dope.
Oh, all right. So let me edit that real quick. I did the wrong one. And there we go. So now it's no longer in your journals. That wasn't the right handout. That was the actual information. There's the handouts. But you get the idea of what it looks like. So there we are.
Yeah.
And on my notes here, I also noted that you guys were looking for if they had any sort of identifiable, was there a hat? Were they wearing jumpsuits with their logos on it? Which they do. I believe you were maybe talking about either dressing up or doing some sort of disguise with it to kind of hide your appearance if you decided to go somewhere. So
Yeah, take the hats at least.
Yeah.
That gives a bit of sun protection either way.
mm-hmm.
Check it for like lice and crawlies first.
Give me a luck check.
No.
I mean, these are junkyard people, but they're not, savages like the Dustbillies. They maintain a relative amount of cleanliness, so no worries there.
Well, we're not killing them, so we got that going for them.
Yeah,
Kill them, yeah.
How did you die? By lice.
Ew.
So, okay, so yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
So the question is now where are we going to go, isn't it? Because we've got a pickup truck. I'll check the fuel on the pickup truck. Has it got a full tank?
Let's see here. Give me, you know what? Go ahead and give me a luck roll, and it's not going to be empty or anything, but I just want to, depending on your success, will kind of give me an idea what the gauge is going to be. So just roll me a D100. It doesn't necessarily have to be a luck roll. Okay. So it's got a quarter of a tank.
Is there any facility here to fill, has it got any petrol pumps?
In this facility, let's see here. It's a scrapyard. Not here. No, not here, but you are aware that within town there is the gas station, but there also
any cans.
Yeah, let's within the scrap. You know what? I'm gonna say that on the tow truck itself, right? Most tow trucks are going to have something as far as some sort of additional gas can. Considering the heat of the days that it's been, how long they may have been here without utilizing it, some of it may have evaporated. Give me another roll, and we'll see how much gas is in the gas can that's on the back of the tow truck. Okay. And so yeah, so there's going to be enough. It's the tank itself is going to be there's enough gas in there to kind of give you a half a tank.
Okay, I'll fill it up.
Okay, so we got a half a tank of gas in the tow truck, and let me give you a tow truck icon here, or some sort of truck icon.
Wait for the car to appear.
As if by magic, a tow truck appeared.
All right. Wow, what's that? Oh, I know what that sound is. That's James not mocking me for not having roll 20 completely under my boot. So we are good. Jay, while you can edit that, please.
Jay, well, don't edit that.
Here we go. So I'm just gonna we'll use this and shrink that down a little
Jay
bit.
will just use that as a highlight.
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to, let's see, do you guys have control of it? And there we go. So I'm going to save that. So you have control of the icon there. So you fill up the gas tank. What do you do anything specific with the? Oh, that's right. The two the two scrapyard men you had locked in a beat up old car's trunk. So you've left them in there. So you feel free to now. You did see at the top of the hill, because this is a higher this is on a hill kind of overlooking Hackett Road down. You did see momentarily that that a couple motorcycles had come by, stopped around the general vicinity of the Hackett and Sons Beef Company and also the Steel Road, but they have since moved on, and you could tell that they made the right turn and were heading into town. But at this moment in time, you can't see them. So I will give control of the token up to you, and you can decide where you guys would like to go.
Okay. I look at Reg. I said, where do we go now? I mean, we don't know where they are. We know they're getting away.
Gotta be honest, mate, I have no idea.
Do we wait and watch? Do we just take the truck and drive out of here?
We see we've got a radio that's linked into all their walkie-talkies, haven't we?
There is a yes. There is a radio that's you can hear the chatter going on. It's a maybe Keith can help me determine it's the radio where you can change the different channels on there. So and it runs on batteries, so it's there's only so much power on there before it might die, but we're talking a good length of time. But yeah, you can hear the occasional chatter. During the time that you've been kind of preparing, you're dealing with the gas tank, you leave the volume on, you will hear the chatter going on of the various people that are out there. You hear confirmation that they are not on specific roads, roads that you're not familiar with of the name, but roads that you've seen on the map that you had of the general area. But as far as you can tell, with all the chatter, no one has found them yet. But there's definitely a group of them out looking.
Now pickups can actually shift, can't they? They're really quick when they want to be. They've got big engines in them.
Oh yeah, no. This is an old. This is a '70s pickup truck. So this is going to have a lot of power in that engine. This is going to be
Okay.
a V8, or if it's a tow truck, this is going to be an even larger capacity engine as far as what type of torque and horsepower it has.
Okay. Just
Are we slightly elevated here? Are we looking down onto the town?
Yes, I mean you're looking down onto Hackett Road, and you can clearly see the abandoned meat factory over here. You can see the set of homes over here and whatnot, but it kind of elevates here as it goes up and around the corner, and then like this is a ridge of homes right here. So anything back on this side, you don't really have a clear view of it.
so we don't have a sort of like a view down into the town itself.
No, exactly. It kind of, you look down into a valley, it goes up again, and then the town itself goes kind of back down to a slight valley.
Okay.
Yeah. So this right here is the top of a ridge, and likewise, so are you.
Okay.
I honestly don't know what to do. I mean, the gut instinct is to just get out of Dodge, isn't it?
Right.
But we can't leave them behind.
No.
Go
how
ahead,
about
please.
we watch and wait? Just see if there's anything that comes down the road. I mean, they all seem to be. I mean, if they're searching, they kind of don't seem to be heading towards the town. They're kind of like going back out the way we came in. So maybe they're out
Yeah.
that way. Could have been
Thing
somewhere
is-
we didn't go.
We run the danger of getting chased again, now, don't we?
Yeah, right.
So, Pookie, when you get a moment, give me an intelligence roll.
Okay, that's going to go well. Because I know. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
So, just throwing a little idea roll out there. Pookie, it does occur to you though, considering the experience you had with the odd Pentecostal preacher in town, that not that it's guaranteed, but there's that church too. There's the old drunken preacher that you had met with Mary, that at the very least may provide safe haven or some sort of additional information into town, but still that requires both of you to make your way into town to get to him. So, but there's that option too. So,
Right. Okay, look. We got two choices, I think, here. Maybe we go down and see whether we can get any information out of that drunk old preacher, or we head back east the way we came in to see whether or not we can run into them. Because I don't know, I don't think we can get out that way anyway. And I don't think I think they probably know that too.
Yeah, could do.
What do you think?
No. We're looking at this map and there's no kind of obvious we should do this. But as you say, we do seem to be leaving town rather than in the town, don't they? Maybe if you take a slow drive through the town so as not to arouse suspicion.
Right.
With their baseball caps on, people might just think for a second that was just those guys.
Maybe.
And we'll just have a little drive through the town and see if we can see anyone. Drive casual.
fair enough. So, if you're going to go with that, we will catch up with you as you make your way into town after we see what's going on with Mary, Wallace, and Timothy. So, back to you three. So after peeling out and hitting a gravel pocket, you have made your way out of the compound, and you're essentially heading down a road, the road from the compound, but you do hit a familiar part of what you were told was Red Road. If you make a right onto Red Road, this is a main highway. You've been on here before, and it will eventually lead you back to town. But you're kind of at that crossroad of where you would like to go. I'll just pull up the map. I'll bring the map over real quick and just kind of ping where you're at. There may be tokens on here from the last game. Just ignore them. But so essentially, you're down here.
Okay.
So you've made your way from here down to this aspect. So if you continue,
is Wallace driving or is Mary driving?
Mary was driving, if I remember correctly. Wasn't Mary? Didn't Mary get in the?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought Mary was driving. So
yeah. So the options are, like as discussed, was you could easily make your way head back into town. You will be traveling down a road you've been on. It is a main road, but there's obviously you could continue on out into the wild wastelands too. But we'll leave it up to you. How would you like to proceed?
Well, the wild wastelands haven't been too good for us so far, have they?
Oh no. I spin around in the seat. I'm assuming it's like a bench seat, not a bucket, right?
No, exactly. You just kind of lean back.
Yeah, so I kind of like lean back and I'm like looking out the rear view or the rear window and trying to see if there's anybody following us.
Considering that yours was the only car in the compound, there's nobody coming behind you that you can tell as of yet.
Good. Okay.
So you still in the area that you're at, just considering the level that you're on, this is relatively flat, so you're not high above like if you would be up here, but you can still see, pockets, of just dust. Obviously vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed. Some look like they're on roads you've been on, and others are just out in the middle of nowhere. As far as you can tell, these aren't roads, but you can see, at least two dust clouds, which would mean something's traveling fast or a large amount of vehicles are maneuvering through the dusty parts of the desert.
Nobody's behind us, Mary, but I think they're looking for us. You might want to punch it.
If you want to determine if they're approaching you, someone can give me a navigation roll if they have that.
Oh, I gotta see what I have. It's been a while.
Where is navigation?
Center down near the bottom. I've got like the basic navigate.
What, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
I'll throw it. I mean, I'll roll it since I was like looking out the back.
Okay.
Scoping it out. I'm gonna bomb this anyways. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Roll 20's living up to its name of.
Would you like to utilize luck?
I'm running out of luck. I got lucky number 13 left.
Yeah. So, Mary.
Can I roll navigate as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you have it, it's just to
My
determine.
God.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Apparently, I know exactly where I am.
So you hear the confusion of Wallace and also Timothy, as Timothy was in the back looking out the window.
Tim,
and
shut up. Whack.
It's hard to determine, the direction of these dust clouds, when you're dealing with something like this, if something's approaching you, going away from you, whatever the case may be. But Mary, you just kind of take a glance up in the rearview mirror and you can immediately determine, it's almost like a gut sensation. You know that coming up this road right here, where you see one dust cloud, it's approaching. Okay. And the other one out here that you can kind of see, it's not as large, so it's lingering. That one seems to be going away. So whoever's coming up this road is approaching you, and the other group out in the desert is going the opposite direction or away from you. So at least one group or vehicle is going to be on you at this, as far as you can tell, within probably within a few minutes, maybe 10.
Right. Well, we're not going to hang around. I'm going to drive the car back towards the town.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you head down Red Road, and as you're doing, you can see some of the trappings left behind from your original chase from the day prior or days prior. I mean, you're not really sure how long it's been since you were knocked unconscious and made your way from this compound, but you do pass by the occasional broken tent. And a variety of other items that were in the road that you also avoided. There were some traps that were laid out for you, rocks, bits of junk. Go ahead, and I'd like for both Wallace and Mary to give me a luck roll.
Oh,
Okay.
see how this game's gonna go.
Oh. Hello. Mary, would you like to spend 5 points?
I don't think you can spend luck on a luck.
Oh,
roll.
that's right. You can't
You know,
spend luck
yeah.
on luck. No. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So you continue down, the dirt road as you're getting close to town. Both of you just think, why not? And you're eyeballing the road, looking for those pair of black sunglasses lying in the middle of it, but unfortunately, you see nothing. And so I'm going to move to the larger map as you have kind of made it to the edge of town. And so you're on Hackett Road, on a ridge. You could see the road start to decline a bit, and before you in the distance, you can see um, the Hackett and Sons, the old meat facility, and everything. And if I'm mistaken, obviously correct me, but I would imagine you're not just barreling it into town. Are you approaching cautiously, or are you continuing on as if nothing's like, we just want to get the hell out of here? How would you do this?
I think we want to be inconspicuous as we head through town.
Okay.
Don't want to look like we're running away or someone might assume we are.
Okay. So are you going to? So you're just going to continue. You're going to proceed into town, though. Just try to take it as easy as possible, or
Yeah.
Are you okay? All right. So, excuse me. Let me. Okay. So I'm going to pause here, and we're going to go jump back over to, to Reg and Jack. And I'm going to, I need to roll something not on there. Okay. So when you both get into the tow truck and you're making your way through town, is there a specific route? Are you just trying to get down to the main area? Were you guys trying to get to within, as far as in the town itself?
Probably down to Main Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically Still Road,
Okay.
onto Hackett Road, then turn right onto Main Street.
Okay.
Just at moderate speed. There's no sense of urgency.
Okay. Both of you just, what is your spot hidden?
Base 25.
And
Let me have a look.
Reg?
25.
Okay. Considering you're driving through town and you're trying to be inconspicuous, you're looking for things that might be, of danger to you. Both of you give me a spot hidden roll, but with the advantage, with the bonus, or whatever, I forget what it's called. But yeah.
Bonus about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've passed it without the bonus. I suppose I could. Critical, I'm not good, could I? But it won't matter anyway if I apply a bonus, will it?
Okay. All right. So, all right. Who's driving, by the way?
I'll drive.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jack can drive, but it's you don't want Jack driving.
I'll give Jack the revolver just in case
Okay.
we
Right.
have a shootout. Don't know where I think I am.
All right. So, let's see here. Which one? I need to find where that is. Okay. Let me zoom in. 3. Okay. So, you guys are making your way into town, and the first thing that you're passing by is the office of and it's labeled Dr. Robert Brenner. You know the doc because he's the good old boy that met you in in the in the
It was in
pub.
the bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the pub. Likewise, but that's pretty much all you are aware of. He hasn't hit you. Yeah, that's right. It's the other ones who met him in the compound. So you pass by his offices, and as you're kind of turning the corner slightly and you're looking down Main Street, you can see in front of, kind of parked, but no one's there, are 2 beat up old motorcycles, looking very similar to the ones that you've noticed when you were on top of the hill looking down uh, from the junkyard. They're both parked in front of the Thunderbird gift store. But as far as you can tell, if the dust billies themselves are nowhere to be seen. The streets themselves do have a couple of people meandering about. Most of them look like citizens. Nobody having the telltale signs of the dust billies themselves. But to the best of your ability, no one's giving you any notice as you're just kind of driving at normal speed through town.
I'll slow down by the bikes and I'll turn to Jack and say, "Should we have them off?"
Wouldn't that draw attention to us?
She's like, "Natural."
What do you want to do? What do you want to do with them?
Stick them in the back of the tow truck.
Yeah, that's just gonna. They're not ours. Aren't they just going to
Look at
come
the
out and say,
car.
"What are you doing?" They're just going to say, "What are you doing?" They're going to be inside.
In the gift shop.
Well, inside the dog's house.
Well, how about this day? Is there any chance you can go and sabotage the wheels?
Yeah, maybe.
What open the glove compartments? Is there anything in there that we could stick
Like a
between us?
screwdriver or a knife?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a small toolbox in the back of the tow truck with a variety of mismanaged and unorganized tools, but there's going to be a couple screwdrivers in there, and other things that could easily puncture or cause damage to something.
Okay.
Right. Just be quick about it. I'll pull it next to the bikes. I'll just hand them 2 screwdrivers, stick them in the wheels, and we'll drive off.
Okay. Okay. So kind of give me a like a breakdown of how you're going, just kind of step by step as what you're going to be doing with this.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive slowly past. Then when we get further down the street and where there's a quiet bit, I'll do a U-turn, come back, pull up alongside the bikes so that they're on the passenger side, which is an American car on the right-hand side. Yeah. So we can just jump out, stab the tires, and jump back in.
Okay.
I'll just sit there with my hands on the wheel. I'm not like quick, hurry up. I'm just going to act natural.
Good. And then as far as Jack, your involvement.
Kind of tentative, but sort of like leap out. Well, step out.
Ah!
Yeah. Quickly run it to basically scoot over to the vehicle, both bikes, put a hole in the tire, and get back in.
Okay.
Hoping he's not going to be spotted.
All right. Let me put that here. Okay. So both of you just give me a stealth roll, because I mean I assume you're
Yeah, right.
trying to keep from being seen.
Oh, I passed.
I didn't.
I've got 50% chance of being. Should have made it really, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it really should. but then I would have been driving. If only you'd asked me to make an accounting roll, I would have been fine.
Could have seen this, hasn't it? Accountant.
All right. So fantastic. Okay. So Reg, both you go through your maneuvers, and is it safe to assume you're leaving the car running? You're not gonna.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not going to turn it off.
Right. Okay.
I need to be able to get in and go pedal to the metal, dust.
So you both jump out, and you proceed, and as far as you can tell, the couple people that have been meandering around the street, they're gone. I mean, they're distance down the road. No one's paying any attention, or there's no one around to see what you're doing. But as Reg, you puncture one of the tires, you can hear the air start to come out, and as Jack kind of stumbles with his, you kind of look up, and you're almost startled as a as a man is just almost like out of nowhere, you standing in front of you, looking down upon you. It's like you kind of look up from one knee, and let's see, you weren't in there, but Reg, Jack, you were in the gift shop, right?
Right.
Okay. So you recognize it. It's the gift shop owner, just almost like out of thin air. He's looking over you like, what are you two doing? And he just kind of says in a slow, steady speech. And he he looks around, he looks up and down the street, he's all, oh.
I'll just turn to him and go, "Mum's the word, mate."
And he
it's
Mhm.
Yeah, it's basically just go, yeah, it's fine, there's nothing to see here.
Okay. And he kind of looks down again at you. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. You two better get in here quickly. I can guarantee you that they're going to be turning the corner any second now. You need to come inside as quick as possible.
Right. Okay. Pull the car out, take the keys off the car,
Mm-hmm.
and follow him in, because he was the guy who was like, "You don't want to be around here," wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
So you both, do you go inside the store?
What I'm going to do, Scott,
Yeah.
the screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kind of put it up the sleeve of my shirt.
Okay.
So if he tries to double cross, he's going to get a screwdriver to the side of the head.
Okay, I've got the handgun, but I don't really want to use it.
Give it back to me. Tuck it in the back of the kecks, mate.
Fair enough.
Excellent. Where are my NPCs? Come on. Okay, so you make your way inside of his store, and you hear the jingling of the bell as the door opens, and you walk inside. And he kind of, let's see here, and he, you follow him in, and he's an older man. He would be of Native American descent, local to the desert, and the store looks almost exactly the same as you left it when you were here. Uh, and he turns his head and says, "So you all got yourself in a bit of trouble now, did you?"
Someone came looking for us, mate. Nothing. We didn't go looking for it.
Yeah, we didn't want any trouble. None at all. We just wanted to get some petrol and get out of here.
Says, "Well, would have thought you would have taken my advice and left as soon as possible, but these things happen around here." And he
We did.
goes,
We tried to. We really did. Literally, all we wanted was gas and to get out.
mm-hmm. And so,
But whoever's
go
in
ahead.
charge here, I mean, who the hell is in charge in here? What the hell is going on? We've been hounded out of the town and back in again. We didn't ask for this. None of this.
And
Do you know what, mate? Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Have you got a drink of water for us?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
give me a moment, and I will try my best to explain, what's going on. Sorry about your friends, but at least, you two young kids might be able to make it out of here if you listen to what I have to say.
Dead?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Are they dead?
They're not with you. I can only assume as such.
What the hell's happened to them?
He goes, "Let me get your water. Just know you're safe in here. They can't get inside here no matter how hard they try." And he says, "I will be right back."
Okay. When he ducks me out, I'll go to the kind of door and just look through the blinds kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to look to see what he's doing, because it's a case of, I don't know whether we can trust him or not.
When you do, you look through the blinds, and sure enough, two of the Dustbillies have made their way to their bikes. They're currently sitting on them right now, kind of chattering next to each other. It's muted. You can still hear it because it's through the glass, but they're kind of, just joking amongst themselves about, it's been a hell of a couple days. He's like, "Yeah, I have." He says, "I don't think they're anywhere here. We took a look around the old man's place. No one's seen them." He said, "Maybe we might need to head to the end of Main Street down to the broken bridge again, but who knows?" And then you hear the crackling of the radio again, and you hear coming through the radio from someone barely coming through, but you hear that they are about ready to make a left. They've made their way all through these side roads. They're about ready to make a left and onto Red Road and head back into town themselves. And so you're looking, and you see one of them kind of give a kickstart of their bike, and he starts to pedal back and then stops and looks down at the rear of his bike, and immediately can see the flat tire as he kind of the other one looks down also, and they both notice that the tires on their bikes are flat, and they jump off the bike, and you see both of them pull out a blackjack, just something to not a handgun or anything, but they both pull something out, and they start looking around curiously, it's suspicious as to what the hell's going on here.
Is the door locked?
As far as you can tell, that the door is open. It's not locked. There is a lock on the door.
Can I creep over and just lock it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it's a little latch lock. You can close it.
Yeah.
And when you do, you hear the voice of the man behind you going, "There's no need for that. They can't get in here. But if it makes you feel safer, feel free to lock the door. By the way, here's your water. And he sets down a large glass of ice water on the glass counter that he's standing behind.
Oh, I'll go over and just the most beautiful cold drink.
I presume
And-
there's two.
Oh, did your friend here is the only one who asked for one? Are you thirsty?
Sorry, yes.
He's all burnt to a crisp with sunburn.
Yeah. Mm.
No, I'm fine. This is fine.
Excuse me, I'm not used to talking to people much. I will
Oh,
be right. So he
that's
goes
grand, that,
back
mate.
and comes back with a glass of ice water for you. And you know, and this one is in the old school 70s, you know, lime green plastic container. And says this is the best thing I have, but it's also ice water.
Doesn't matter.
Yes. So
After the day we've after the time we've had around here,
Mhm.
this is nectar.
And he goes, you've the two of you have made out better than the others. He says, but so sorry about the way I acted when we saw you. It's hard to see. You don't know who's passing through this town, if you're part of them or not, or if you're going to be a part of them. But seeing that I may have let things go south, let's see what I can do to help you out. First, yes, you do need an explanation as to what's going on here. And where did I put his? Did I not put it in? All right, hold on a second here. He's. God damn it. Nope. So, and he starts by reaching underneath his counter, and he pulls out a very odd and strange looking book, sets it on the counter, and says, I should probably start with this. And then we're going to leave that scene and move back to the three as they're making their way into town. So, do we want to take a 5-minute break here? Does
Yeah.
anyone need to use it? Okay, so
Yep,
we'll go ahead and
I
take a
could.
5-minute break, and we will be right back. Welcome back. We are all of an older age, so it takes us longer to go to the restroom. Anyways, moving on.
What's weird is that Scott's timing us.
Right. Yeah. No. Hey, I feel more. I am not the perfect host, so it's obvious reasons. So we are going to, before we get back to our escapees, we are going to go back with Reg and Jack inside the old Thunderbird gift shop, as this man who has introduced himself. I mean, it's John Thunder is his name. His name is around this, bits and items in the store. He lifts up this book and rests it on top of the glass countertop. And it's a book like neither one of you probably have ever seen. It looks like it has a black snakeskin cover, with silver lettering on top that reads "De Vermis Mysterious." Either one of you speak Latin or read Latin?
Let's have a look. Surprisingly not. No.
Okay. All right. I believe, but doesn't Mary have a Latin background?
If I do, it's not on my character sheet.
Okay, I thought someone might have, but you aren't there, so I was just out of curiosity. So, and it's an amazing.
What the hell is that?
And as soon as you say that, both you and Jack lock up for a moment. Both of you give me a POW test.
Power test.
Power test, yeah. Okay. So Reg, you were a success.
My power is really good.
Jack. Okay. Hmm. So, Jack, you kind of take a moment and glance down at this book, and it catches your eye. It's an odd looking book. I mean, but something that wouldn't necessarily be out of place in this weird looking knickknack store in the Western United States. But Reg, as soon as your eyes kind of glance over the words, and internally you may be just reading the name silently to yourself, uh, this wave of mild nausea kind of washes over you, and you get slightly dizzy as you're trying to focus on the letters of this book. And as soon as you kind of regain your composure and look away from the book, the sensation almost immediately goes away. But it's almost as if it's every time that you try to focus on this book for any more than a second, this nauseating dizziness just continues, and only subsides when you pretty much do your best not to look at it at all.
Okay, I'm going to kind of go, oof, so that about?
And John goes, "You feel it. You felt it."
Oh, yeah.
And he glances over at Jack and goes, "Anything from you?"
What? No, I don't feel anything. What do you mean?
And he goes, "Something about this book, um, that you know, something that those guys want, and I have a feeling they've been looking for it for some time, but it just I feel if they get a hold of this thing that something horrible might happen, especially how it came into my possession. um
Why don't you just burn it?
oh I tried. For some reason this thing does not burn. Doesn't just you know all I can do is just try to keep it safe, within my haven here, but I fear that that won't last too long, as I'm getting on in age, and it just seems like something big might be happening here. um I know it's going to sound strange, but considering what you may have seen here the past day or two, you might be willing to believe, uh number of years ago, before kind of everything starting to get worse and worse, um there was this young woman, uh, about your age, who suddenly just exploded into my shop one day, and when I was about ready to close down, and poor girl, half mad, half insane, and she just shoved the book right in my hand, whispered into my ear, and said, "Save them." And before I could even regain myself and figure out what the heck was going on, she ran back out and disappeared out into the desert. And
Okay,
so, mhm,
I've got a notebook out and I'm taking notes.
okay, fair enough. And so this leathery skinned old man is just, he's gotten almost wild eyed as he's talking about this thing. Uh, Obvious it's got an effect on him. And both of you can sense that. And it seems like every time he mentions the book, if same situation, Reg, if he tries to get your attention on there, you can't even look at it. But he says, I don't know what I should be doing with this thing, um, but me and the Reverend across the way, who seems to be more knowledgeable on these kind of things, just you know, uh, anyone who seems to come to this town is in utter danger. But most
Yeah, we
importantly,
kind of get that.
we we try our best to steer people away, and sometimes they go, but sometimes there's only so much we can do without endangering ourselves. But he says this, if 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 there's one thing I can do before I pass on, and and help, at least try to help you two, get away. It's 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 something that I just feel that I should do. Um, so these weirdos, these dustbillies, um, they seem to be some sort of odd cult. There's been stories that have been passed down between me and my kind about you know serpent people, and you know
Serpent people.
yeah, you may think it's just mythology of the West, but yeah, there's these stories sometimes hold a bit of truth, and in this instance, more than you think. But and you know they target people such as yourselves passing through here. Some sort of sacrifices. I really don't know. I try to
The
keep. Yeah. Sorry, young man, you were going to say something.
sacrifices.
Well, that's legends. These are legends. They need to feed some sort of snake god of some sorts. It's never satiated. They constantly need to give and give and give. But there's also another odd legend. Um, so bear with me for a moment. Little wild-eyed, crazy men beasts that just kind of come out of the desert from nowhere. Um, they have some sort of connection with them that they also maybe something going on with them and the people that they take. Uh, I mean, these are the ramblings of stories in my youth, and the wild-eyed rants of a drunken preacher. But you've both seen what's going on here, and things just aren't adding up, and it has to do with this book. And he kind of slams his hand down on top of this book.
Listen, after the last 24 hours I've had, mate, I'll believe anything.
Right. Yeah. It's all just too horribly weird.
He says, well, and he kind of he looks down at this thing. He's like, this may be too much of a burden to bear on me. I mean, I can't read Latin. Uh, Either one of you want to take a look at this, see if you can make some sort of hide or tail of this thing.
Oh, it makes me feel sick looking at it, mate. How about you, Jack?
I can look at it, but
Okay.
I don't read Latin. I mean,
Can I ask you a question, my old son?
Mm-hmm.
what?
Why can't they come in this shop?
And he says, well, because of the things that the Reverend gave me. And he points around the shop, and you see these uh, these bone
Fetishes kind of thing.
sculptures that are kind of lining the corners of the shop. He says these keep some of the more powerful ones out, but others, they're just normal people, and they can walk in just like you.
Well, listen, why don't you come with us? We're getting out of here.
And he's like, no, my place is here. This is where I was born. This is where I die. And if you go, there'll be others that might come too, and I have to stay here and help as long as I can.
So this book,
Mm-hmm.
do you want us to get rid of it for you?
And he says, I don't know. I don't know. I said, but that might be the best thing that you can do. And but you know, he says, and he reaches up and he yanks one of the bone sculptures down. He says, "This might help too. Take this. Take this with you. It's going to help her from maybe finding you.
Her?
And he starts to open his mouth to describe something, but he just seems like he can't. He starts stumbling over his words. He says, "So."
What
He
you
says,
mean? She who must not be named?
Well, it she and every time something comes out, he stutters and stumbles.
Okay, look, can you write it down?
Um,
Not enough apostrophes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
He's and he he says, maybe I can. You know what? I'm old. This has been a bit much for me. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee, and then we'll figure out what to do next. So,
Right.
mhm.
Okay.
So he leaves. He goes into the back room to go make himself some coffee. The book is sitting there in front of you. I know Reg is having a hard time focusing on it. Jack, do you do anything?
Yeah, I basically just look at the book. I just check to see. I mean, basically look inside, see if it confirmed that it is Latin.
Give me a power check, but with a bonus die.
Okay. I'm just gonna. That's not rolling right, so I'm just gonna roll a d2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that means I made the power check.
As your hand goes to touch the book, you can feel the quality of this, these snake scales, and as you open it, you can kind of see that it is Latin, but there seems to be scratchings of what could be English notations, even on the cover. But as soon as you do as soon as you open it and you look at these words, the room and everything around you goes black. You see nothing in front of you, but you hear a voice in your head. I see you now. I see you now. I know where you are now. You have my book. That is my book. And almost as quickly as that happens, the world comes back into focus. The colors kind of come back into focus. You can see Reg staring at you. Reg, Jack has gone. All the blood has left his face. He kind of conked out there for a moment, but you can just see that, even the sunburnt skin seems to have turned pale.
I look up and say, "You're right, sunshine."
No. I don't know who she is, but she spoke to me. Said she can see the book.
And with that, we will move to the car down the road. So, Wallace,
Can I make a SAN roll, please?
Yeah. They don't want you to make us. Oh wait, yes. No, I'm sorry. Yes, please.
I made it.
Okay. Yes. No. Okay. I was looking at the Sandy Road just for actually researching the book. So you just touched a bit of craziness. So yes. Wallace and Mary, and you are making your way, down past the Hackett and Sons Beef Company. Your plans were to go into town. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to position you down here on Main Street, and if you continue around the bend, here we're going to move this up here. Okay. Both of you give me a give me a listen roll. And do this with a. I'm going to give you a bonus just because you're both, on edge, overly hyper aware. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So you both. Uh-oh. Um,
We said we got a bonus, right?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want to roll for it, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take my 13. Thanks.
So as you turn the corner, you hear, the revving and sounds of motorcycles approaching you. You don't see them yet, but you can hear the sounds. This is the first vehicles that you've come across since you've left the compound, as far as something on the road. So you continue normally.
For the moment, I'll be saying to Wallace, it occurs to me they know what this car looks like, don't they?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. And I look back at old Timmy Boy. Does Timmy Boy still have that shotgun with the bean bags?
Oh yeah, no, he's got that.
Yeah. I reach back and snatch it.
Okay.
um
Yeah. My other thought is when we need to get out of this place, if that bridge really is out, motorbikes will be a lot easier to get across.
oh yeah.
Okay. So give me a drive auto, Mary, and then also Wallace. Give me a spot hidden.
Coming up.
As is traditional, I failed.
I can clearly see. I don't know what I
Okay.
see, but
Okay, so you're proceeding cautiously. I mean, going well within the relative speed limit as you would in a town such as this. And as you turn, the corner, you do see at the kind of end of the road, in front of the uh, you see two motorcycles come to rest. Two, Wallace, you can see that these are dustbillies, but their backs are towards you. They're driving away from you. They come to rest. They park their bikes, and as you continue down the road, you can see they're parked to another set of bikes. Two other dustbillies are standing next to these bikes, and it's still a ways away. But as the two get off, you can see that they're having a bit of conversation. Um, but you notice something else. The two that were standing there, at the bikes that were already parked, and the other ones are kind of, getting off of the saddle of the bikes. One of them you can see one of them peeks over the shoulders of the two that just kind of parked. They see your car and they start waving as if, recognition.
yeah. Uh Mary, I think they spotted us and they think that we're friends.
Ah,
Do you know how to ride a motorcycle? Please tell me how to ride a motorcycle.
I reckon I probably do it about as well as I drive a car.
Me too. I think we need to take advantage of some motorcycles.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it's about this time also inside that both Reg and Jack, you can hear the other motorcycles approach and park. So just kind of throw that inside too. But back to the three in the vehicle. So
Would it, so just contextual question, would it be possible for Mary to like plow into the four guys with the car?
absolutely, they would need.
How many
to,
motorcycles would get destroyed in that though?
There's four. So there's the two that out of game. Those are the ones that Jack and Reg have punctured the tires in. The other two are the other set of riders that you heard who have parked right next to it. So, but I mean, they're parked, as they would, as horses would be in front of the building. So it's not like a parking lot. They're just, they're parked at an angle. There's just line parking spots on the street that they were just pulled up right next to. So So yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, Mary could. I mean, it would require a drive auto, and likewise, a dodge roll from them to maneuver out of the way. But as it stands right now, there's just one kind of waving you down. So I will give you a minute to figure out what you're going to do, but this is going to be on a little mini hourglass. You need to decide, because I mean, is it safe to assume that, Mary, you are still driving forward? You haven't
Yeah.
hit the brakes. Okay, so you're going at, we'll say 5 miles per hour. That's what the speed would be in an area like that. 5 to 15, but you're going slowly.
What do you think, Mary?
Can we hit them without hitting the bikes? Because it seems like wrecking our ride out of here is a bad idea.
Yeah, and I kind of like I scope it out a little bit more, and I'm like, well, I think if you kind of go like to the left drift to the left a little, and then kind of come into the right, because they're on the right hand side of the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Okay, yeah,
Right.
kind of go wide to the left a little bit, make it kind of look like you're gonna turn in, and then like punch it. Yeah, we might do okay. I think at this point we don't have a whole lot to lose.
No, I really want to get out of here. Let's do it.
So
all right,
yeah, just to
let's
give
do it.
Give you a little yeah. So this is kind of how the bikes are parked. I'm just going to show you the screen. So there's 4 of them all parked in alignment like that, and in between the bikes are where they're kind of standing. The two. Yeah. So there's like 2.
So we'd have to plow the bikes over to pancake them, and yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No, that would be bad.
I'm thinking we pull over, you shoot them with the bean bags.
How many bean bags do I have?
Left. Roll me a d6.
Okay. I have 6.
Okay.
And in the confusion, we jump on the bikes and get out.
Does this shotgun have a strap?
No.
Damn it. All right. Okay. Yes. I like Mary's plan.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you have to be fast, because they're going to figure out really fast that it's not who they think it is.
Okay, so what? Okay, so
as we pull up, as we pull up, I'm gonna stick my head out. I'm gonna like lean out the window with the shotgun and go, "Look out behind you!" And then hopefully they're gonna turn, and then I'm gonna go, "Pow!"
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Trying
to take advantage of the confusion.
Yes. Yep. Got it.
Yep.
Right. So we're going to break this down step by step. We're going to deal with surprise. Then we'll deal with, general initiative after that. And then, deal with whatever comes from that. So, okay.
It's going to be a giant shit show, so it's okay.
All right. So I take it you're going to just kind of pull in kind of right next to them, right? Kind of at the same angle, just like you're just pull right in. What that means though is that if you're done with your work. I am done. Okay. So that means Mary's going to have to pull in and have the passenger side facing them. So you're going to be pulling in on the. Okay. All right. So let me pull up their sheet now. While I'm pulling this up, Reg and Jack, you hear the noise of the motorcycles. 2 more pulling up. What do you do at this time? So Jack's just revealed something odd. She knows where the book is. I heard her voice. And so what do you do at this point in time?
I'm kind of a gog at this point,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do about this.
Listen, if she knows where this is, we need to be where this isn't.
Yeah, but he wants us to take it with us.
Let's take it somewhere to draw them out.
I don't. Do we want them following us?
No.
Okay. Right. Fine. This is just not going to go any way good. So, fine. We'll take the book.
Okay. All right. It's during that course of discussion, you now hear the low thrumming of a car engine. As you now see, in addition to the two bikes that pulled up, on the far left of the two bikes that you've punctured, pulls up one of the Dust Billy's beat up um, um, muscle cars. If you're peeking through the window.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm standing by it. Haven't had a look.
okay. And where is their skills? Here we go. Okay. Boop. Right. So here's what's going to happen. So Keith, Wallace,
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
not
that's me.
I'm not going to make you roll to hit because I'm going to allow this to be an automatic hit. You're going to pull up right next to two. There's going to be two kind of standing near you.
Okay.
They're going to continue to chat amongst the others. You see, they seem to be aggravated. One's pointing at the tire as Mary makes that right hand turn and pulls into the parking lot. So you're going to roll your window down.
Mary, please tell me you used your blinker. I mean, I am a police officer. I don't want to have to give you a citation. We are in Texas, after all.
Assuming the car has them.
So
Probably not.
So go
Okay.
ahead and just break it down exactly what you're going to do, and then we'll see what happens when the beanbag hits them.
I mean, my intention was, if since their attention is not on us, I don't need to like distract them or attempt to distract them.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna like shotgun. Well, I mean, I know it's beanbags. They're meant to knock them out, not kill them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire. I will fire as many shots off as that damn gun will let me. And then I will hop out.
Typical American.
Yep. I'm assuming I'm only going to get one, maybe two shots off anyways. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to be quick and try to get on those bikes and get the hell out of Dodge.
Right. I'll go ahead and be generous and allow this to be a double barrel. So you'll be able to shoot two beanbags before having to reload it.
Okay.
But with that, but of course you're going to hit, right? It's going to cause them a bit of physical damage, but the big thing is are they going to make their roll to avoid being knocked out? That's the big thing. Right. Oh, okay. And that's going to be, both of those are going to be at a penalty since you are at such close range. So do I have that set up correctly? Okay.
Yeah, roll another 9.
Okay. So, all right. So we're going to play it out as such. You're going to knock one out. The other one is going to take the brunt of the beanbag. It's going to knock him over the bike. Okay. So, but that's so go ahead and relay that. And then Reg, give me a spot hidden roll. Okay. So go ahead and describe what happens, Keith.
Right, can I spend 2 luck on that?
Absolutely.
I'll do that.
Okay. So before this happens, Keith, Reg, you're looking through the window and you see the other car come up. I mean, you must be feeling tense. They're starting to stack up outside, but you see like kind of like this familiar face as it pulls up, and you see Mary in the passenger seat, and Wallace Wallace in the passenger seat, Mary in the driver's seat, and Wallace begins to roll down his window, and you see him raising up a shotgun.
I'll pull the blinds up and,
Okay.
and wave.
Okay. All right.
Do I see him? Do I need to roll for that?
I would, because you're focused on the guys.
He's gonna shoot me now, isn't he?
So go ahead, Wallace. Right. So
I got like one eye on the guys and one eye over there.
now this is an extreme success. I will let you, not only can you see, you can see Reg in the window, you can give him some sort of recognition if you like.
Oh yeah, no, I like
before the chaos begins.
Oh yeah, I'm like, aha. And I
Right.
kind of like motion like like to the bikes.
Okay. So
as
go
then
ahead.
I just like jump forward and
right.
I like lunge out of the car. I'm like, come on, Mary, and I go full bore at these guys.
Okay, so go ahead.
Trying to get a bike.
Give us the scene of you knocking out one and then knocking one over the bike. So
yeah, so the window's down. Mary pulls in using her blinker because that's the right thing to do. If it has one that works. I bring up the shotgun and I look. I for just a split second, I look over. I see Reg, and I'm like, and then I'm pow, pow, 2 shots. One guy takes it like center mass in his back, and he just goes ass over tea kettle. The other one, as the first shot goes off, he starts to spin, takes the other shot, and he goes backwards over his bike.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like Dukes of Hazzard it. Like I go like right out the window. I'm just like, I'm going out and hollering for Mary to get off her tail and move.
Okay.
I'm trying to get onto a bike. I don't care if Mary gets on the back of the bike with me or on her own bike. I mean, obviously I can see that there's one bike got flat tires.
No, you
Another
don't.
bike probably just fell over.
I'll unlock the door, open the door, and say, "The tires are gone. Wait there." And I'll turn around and I'll say, "Jack, grab the book."
Right. Oh, okay. Why? What's going on?
Follow me. We're outside, and I'll point at our pickup truck.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
I shout, Mr. Thunder, we're leaving. I'm going to take the book. She knows we've got it, but I'm going to take the book.
Okay. And he comes back from around with his coffee and just kind of spits it out and goes, "Good run!" And it just, this is the loudest you've heard this old man, speak during this entire time. And, and so there we go. So now we're going to go into initiative. All right. Because this is going to be a crazy ass situation.
Now we have just utter chaos.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going to
around and see. Basically, I grab the book. Have you got a bag, a rucksack or something?
Ed, just take it. Okay. Just take the book.
Just stick it in your fanny pack. Wait, no, it's too big.
What?
In your what?
Yes.
Fanny pack.
All right. So just to make it easier, I'm just going to move on to like a blank just thing to use for like
okay,
about us with tokens. So let me just bring you all over, and then we'll get rolling with this. This makes it easier for me to track it. So dexterity. Let me pull up the tracker here. You all should be able to add yourself in there. Tokens. Here we go. Okay, so Jack, Mary, Reg, Timmy, and Wallace. Here we go. Copy. And back over to here. And why did it just do Wallace?
I don't know, because I'm cool.
God damn it, roll 20. One. Oh.
Because you're not James?
Yep, there we go. That's right. Copy. And there. All right. So combat is in order of dexterity. And let me just throw the billies on there. All
So
right,
I
there.
assume I'm gonna just click regular initiative, not initiative with gun drawn, right?
Right. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, it's
Because it's
I mean,
not loaded anymore.
exactly. Okay. All right. And do you know how to add your initiative or into the tracker?
No, I
There
don't.
should be buttons
Well-
in the upper left corner of your tabletop there. Should say initiative or initiative with gun drawn.
No.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
weird.
So
In our character sheet.
if you click on your token, it'll open up a
Oh,
button.
sorry.
Ah,
Yeah.
Um,
It'll show in the top left.
mm, don't.
That's quite easy, actually.
Yeah, I can't see my token.
Can't. Jack is right here. I just kind of moved him
Right.
down.
Okay. Mm,
yeah, the buttons are in the top left, nowhere near the tokens.
Yeah, that's where they go.
Oh,
They
I
don't
got it,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't attach themselves to your token. And there they are. Okay, so let the madness begin. And there we go, and they are 75. All right, order. Okay. So, Wallace.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go with you, and then the Dustbillies, and then the rest. So Wallace, you see the one fly. You know he's knocked out. You see the one fall over the bike, knocking one of the bikes over as he's lying prone on the ground. You also see that that there's still two standing as they kind of turn towards you, and immediately all of their attention and focus is on you. So what do you do in this instance?
As I said, I was coming out of the car
Right.
and going to try to get to a bike that obviously doesn't look like it's been disabled. And I am going to use that shotgun as a bat.
Okay.
I will spin that sucker around and grab the barrels, and I will hit them with the butt of it. I don't
Okay.
care. So I don't know how you, what you want me to roll for that.
Just do what is it? Or not unarmed combat? Brawl.
Just brawl. Okay.
Unless you have a specialty. But yeah, just fighting brawl.
No. No, so it'll be brawl.
Okay.
I clicked. Hello. There it goes. Yeah, no. Swing and a miss. I'm moving too quick.
Okay. Yeah. So they're too far away. I mean, you kind of leap at them. You take a wild swing with the butt of the shotgun, but they, one of them kind of maneuvers out of the way as you whiff it in front. All right. So, go. So one, as you lean in, one is going to, they got these saps in their hands, right? And he pulls it out, and he's going to take a swing at you as you kind of lean in, kind of as you're leaning in to hit with the butt of your gun.
Okay.
And same situation. He takes a wild swing. This is all happening quick. They're confused what the hell's going on. And you feel the bag of stones just kind of like pass over your head. The other
Jesus.
one, let's see here. I'm going to Let's see. Let's go with. Yeah, he's going to.
He's just going to step aside for me. That's all.
No. He's going
No?
to. He's going to lean down and he's going to help the guy that you knocked out up. So he's going to, kind of, because he's fallen over the bike. The bike's kind of fallen down. He's going to reach down and kind of help his friend come up from the prone position. So, and then that's, kind of give him an opportunity to do something next turn. But during that, so one's taking a wild swing at you, Jack. Okay, you've got the book. You guys are at the door to the store. And Reg is telling you to go. The old man is telling you to run, and Reg has already opened the door, shouting, that bike's, damaged. Don't take that bike. Whatever he was shouting. So what do you do, Jack?
I'm following Reg.
Okay.
Basically going, okay, heading. I mean, I can't ride the point is I can't ride a bike anyway. Someone else has got to ride this, and I got to hold the book.
Okay.
So it's case I'm going to the nearest bike that's working and sort of going, yeah. Looking at Reg, going, you ride this thing?
Ride this thing.
The bike.
We're going on the bike. We're going in our pickup truck, Rod.
Okay, I'm heading for the pickup. I'm running. Okay, right, fine. I look
He got confused.
Okay. Yeah. I'm heading for the pickup truck. Next round.
Okay. All right. So, Reg, what do you do then, Nat? As far as Jack's kind of just inclined himself to follow your lead.
Right, I'm going to jump into the driver's side of the pickup truck.
Okay.
And start it up, give it a rev, and I'll wait for these to get back in and say, go, go, go.
Okay. All right. Mary, is it safe to assume you're still in the driver's seat of the car as Wallace has leapt out to do his thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like to do? You've now have seen that, for some crazy reason, both Reg and Jack have, made their way out of this store. What they're doing here, you have no clue, but it's just pure chaos.
Well, I'm thoroughly confused, but we had a plan, so I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and steal a bike.
Okay. All right.
Love it.
Fantastic. So you're going to maneuver out. You're going to.
Really hoping this is going to be the drive auto skill and not the ride skill.
No, I mean it's drive auto. All right. Now here's where it's going to get a bit finicky, and I'm sorry to be a rules lawyer, but most anyone drive auto focuses strictly on driving cars, which tends to be universal. If someone who has never ridden a bike before, it's not like it's not like riding a bike. You need to know how to prime the engine, kickstart the bike, and get it rolling. But considering Mary's background, would she and kind of like how it is in England, would that be something that most people would know on average on how to ride a bike?
No, I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
I can't ride a bike.
Depends, because my mum drove around on a moped all through the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, but mopeds are not like motorbikes, are they? Because mopeds don't have gears in the same way that motorbikes do they?
Not entirely. I mean, I'm not talking about balance. I mean, balance. I mean, if you can ride a bicycle, you can still balance yourself on a motorcycle. Once you
right, but knowing that you shift with your foot, and one is a clutch and one is a brake, and then you got a foot brake. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no, perfectly fine. But we will, kind of. This is the heat of the moment, and we'll need to do the drive auto at a disadvantage. But you need to get onto the bike first. So you are going into the fray of melee. So for now, I think to be fair is you're entering into the chaos, and then the next turn we'll see if you make it onto the bike. So and then get it started and rolling. All right. So Timmy. So Timmy's going to follow your lead, but he's going to leap out and he's going to go with the plan of trying to steal a bike. So we'll just kind of pass that on by. And so he's grabbed, whatever things inside the vehicle, and he is, following you into the fray. But let's see, Timmy has something on him. Let me pull up his character sheet. And okay, so he no longer has the shotgun.
Nope.
But, Timmy's going to go ahead and try to we're going to say Timmy's going to take a whack. I mean, Timmy's just not going to leap on there. Timmy's going to have, we'll just say a tire iron and kind of take another whack at one of these guys and to help, open it up to, oh, okay. And let's see here. All right. So Wild, he follows Keith out on his side door, jumps into the fray. He's going to take a swing. It's going to do a glancing blow against, the one guy who's helping the other one off the ground. Not really doing much damage to him, but cutting a bit of skin open and blood trickling down onto his forehead. So Wallace, on to you.
Okay. I'm gonna move towards a bike.
Okay.
As I was intending to do.
Okay. So you were informed that one of the bikes weren't working by and you noticed this from Jack. So you're going to try to get on one of the good bikes.
Yep.
So I think and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not going to go too much into the actual details, but this is going to kind of give them a opportunity. I mean, you got to stop what you're doing, start the bike, focus on that, and try to get out of there. So that may give them an opportunity as you're trying to get this started to try to grapple you, hit you, do something. Does that seem fair?
I mean, it doesn't seem fair, but we'll have to go with it.
Oh, it doesn't seem fair. Fair in the terms of if you want it to go your way, or fair in the terms of the game itself. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. Oops. Nope, I didn't mean to do that again. Where's my description on that? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
can you stop succeeding on sap rolls, please?
He's hit you 3 times in a okay. No, it's here we are. Okay. Oh, Dust Billy. Okay, so yeah, you're going to get on the bike, right? And you're going to take a knock as one of them kind of turns and just takes a swing at you, Wallace. And here we are.
Ugh.
Okay.
How bad's that not going to hurt me?
Okay, hold on. Here we go. Give me a con roll.
Con roll coming up. Hard success.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so you're going to get a smack against the side of your head, and it's going to rattle you for a moment, and it's going to. Oh, I'm just going to do this. So yeah, it's just 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Okay. But you're still trying to back the bike out and get it started. So let's see here. So 1 is up. All right. So the one that's up, I'm going to say since Timmy popped into the fray, he's going to try to take Timmy out, and that's going to be a success. And let's have Timmy give us a con roll. And okay, hard success. And
See, what's actually amazing here is that Timmy's doing a whole lot better with his dice rolls than if actually James was making them.
right, no, exactly. I should just sit here and play the game myself. Just be everyone and just roll everything for everyone, and just it's suddenly Highway of Blood is a solo player game.
Timmy, you're doing great.
So same situation. One of them kind of leaps up. They see Timmy come out and take a swing at him with a tie iron. He feels the glance, focuses on him. Takes a backhand sap roll against his face, knocking him back a little bit, but not doing much damage, but rattles Timmy for a moment. And then the third one who's there, the one being helped up, he's now up, and he's going to get into the fray with Timmy, since they're both kind of facing him. The one's on Keith, and he's going to he hasn't gained his composure yet. He stands up, he takes a wild swing with the sap, nothing, takes a whiff over Timmy. So Jack, you followed Reg into the towards the truck. Okay, you can. So what do you guys do? You're inside the truck. If you obviously glancing to your left, you see the turmoil that's going on. We'll just kind of do both of you at once, since you're kind of like one-on-one. So both Jack and Reg, what are you guys going to do?
I basically still hugging the book. Basically, I don't have the gun, so I can't do anything like that. Can I see? I mean, I'm looking at Reg. I'm almost going to get out of the truck to go and help. It's sort of like I'm. Jack is so discombobulated by the situation that.
Okay, I'll just say, wait there. I'll pull out the revolver, step out the car, and just try and pop one of these guys.
Okay.
Who's tackling our gun-toting friend there.
Yeah, this will be the one that was trying to stop Wallace from. That'd be the nearest one. You'd stop Wallace from getting onto, taking off on the bike. So go ahead and give me a roll, and this will be an advantage. I mean, this is almost point blank
with advantage, then, is it? Yeah,
or bonus. Sorry, yeah, bonus.
Why doesn't it work?
I don't know. It's broken.
Yeah, just roll a d10 if you want.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
Oh no, it's 24.
Still.
I'm gonna spend 4 luck.
Okay.
At least you have luck to spend.
Well, I actually do. I've got 50 odd luck. Ignore that.
All right. Let me see. What does a 38 do?
38 does D10.
D10. Okay.
Same as 9mm. You said, "Oh God, I've been playing the game too long."
Go ahead and roll for damage then, if you haven't already. 30. Okay. And
How many shots you get off with a revolver each round?
I think
2.
is it 2. Yeah. So
okay, second shot then. Yeah.
Yep.
So 3 points.
But the second shot will come later on in your. The first shot will come at your with gun, and then on your standard dex.
Right. If firing more than 1 shot per round, all rolls are made with 1 penalty die. Number in brackets donates max the number of shots that can be fired around. This one says 3 for 38 revolver. And so so that's how it is. If firing more than 1 shot, all rolls are made with 1 penalty die.
I'll just stick to the 1 shot then.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Saying that, if I could have that's hit the first one, hasn't it?
Yep.
So it's only the subsequent shot that have the penalty die.
How I read it is if you're going to fire more than 1 shot, I would say yes, every subsequent shot would be at a penalty die. But considering that I was giving you an advantage,
I'll just
now
wipe it out, won't it?
it'll just wipe it out. So it'll just
Yep.
be a normal
Right.
shot.
Well, yeah, I might as well. I've got
Go
to
ahead.
lose, really, have I?
Yeah, so it's three shots. So you got two more.
Unless I critically fumble here, and that could
Oh
be bad.
yeah.
Second shot misses.
Okay.
Third shot misses.
Okay.
But I hit with one of them. I'm shooting like an Englishman.
All right, and it was 3 points. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, that's going to be a major wound. And let me just do this real quick. All right. So, okay. So go ahead and describe. You're not going to kill him, but you're essentially going to, shoot
We'll
him
get him to
somewhere.
kind of go up and shot,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you hear a gunshot. Every one of you hear a gunshot. I mean, it echoes. This is it's a quiet town. There's not a little bit of people, and this gunshot just echoes out, almost kind of stopping everything for just a second. As Wallace, you just you're just kind of splashed with blood as you kind of see a bullet wound just start to just occur on the one who's trying to stop you, and you can kind of almost who did it. It's Reg behind you in the car. So Mary, all right, Mary. Right. So with all the distraction, you are going to get onto a bike. But we need, at this moment, we're going to need a drive auto with a penalty to get it started.
Okay.
Okay. And then roll me another D10 or hit the, oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm surprisingly competent.
All right. So
Pops a wheelie.
you hear the first engine of the bike start, and so Mary, you kind of you started the engine of the bike. Are you just going to just take off, or are you waiting for the rest?
I'm going to start driving off. I figure they'll follow. And
Okay.
Well, I might wait a moment to see if anyone jumps on behind me.
Okay. So let's see here. So there's the one that was shot by Reg, who's not dead, but I mean he's wounded. And then there's the two that that Timothy was trying to help take out. So Timmy, he's going to be partially blocked by the two to try to get on a bike. Let me see what. Let me just there we go. Okay, Timmy's going to try to take another swing. And let's just do a brawl. And yeah, so he's gonna whiff another swing with a tire iron on the two that are still kind of in front of him. So we're gonna move on to Wallace. So Wallace, the one that was trying to stop you from getting onto the bike, he has just been shot by Reg. He's going to be distracted by that. So if you want to hop on this bike and try to get rolling, you can.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. So, all right. So what do you think? Police officer in training, you probably would have experience riding a motorcycle.
I would imagine I probably had some motorcycle training to some extent. It's also possible, given that this is the 70s and dirt bikes were late 60s,
Texas.
70s, dirt bikes were becoming a thing. This is Texas.
Right. So, so no penalty on this.
Okay. I wouldn't say I'm any kind of expert in it.
No. But you're right. I mean, it's Texas. You're born knowing how to, ride a dirt bike and shoot a gun. So.
Okay. So just straight up drive auto.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Extreme success.
All right. So you're going to start backing out too, right?
Oh yeah. As I'm scooting the bike back with my feet, I'm flipping the petcock valve open. I'm putting it in, making sure it's in neutral, and I'm pushing it back, and I'm like, jumping on the kickstart. And
okay. All right. So we've got them.
As soon as that sucker fires, I'm gonna spin it out and haul ass.
All right.
Assuming I know wherever Mary went.
To be honest, Keith, I understood some of those words before.
You understood some of those words?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
I know nothing about bikes.
Oh, okay. I mean, petcock valves is, I mean, that's a mechanical term, but you can use it in other things.
So Timothy's in a tussle with the two. As they're kind of, he's trying to get onto another bike.
Run, Timmy, run!
So Jack and Reg, you're in the car. Are you guys taking off? You see that currently right now both Mary and Wallace are on their motorcycle. The only one left there is Timmy, and you guys are, the engine is started in your car, and how do you guys proceed at this point?
But we need to get out of there, don't we? Tim, you'll follow us if you can.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So, okay. So we'll
basically I shout out, "Come on, Timmy! Stop! Come on! Stop messing around!"
Timmy, which is Timmy's going to do. I mean, these guys are, they've been kind of tussling back and forth, but he's seen the other two. He's going to get on that third bike. So, Mary, you see that now. Quick question: which way are you guys heading in town? You're going to back out, and there's obviously to the left, which will continue down Main Street towards the gas station, and eventually back to what could possibly still be a broken bridge. Or are you heading back the way you came?
Thought we were going to head towards what may or may not be the broken bridge that brought us into town.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is what you and Mary are discussing, but this is what Reg
Right.
and the direction Reg and Jack were going.
Oh, sorry.
I thought that was where we were. We basically, okay. I thought that's where we were heading as well.
Okay. So it's safe to assume you're going to back out and then just continue down the road.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so Mary. So Mary, you see the truck that Reg and Jack are in kind of back out, and they kind of take off down the road heading towards, essentially where you guys came in. Do you follow suit? Because it looks like they're going in the direction that you're going.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We all need to stick together now.
Right. So, okay. So Timmy's going to, enough of this. He's going to try to get on the bike and follow you, but he's kind of in the same suit that Sue is in. Where's his drive auto? Here we are. Okay, and oh well. I don't know why it works for some, but not the others.
Because we're manually rolling the D10.
Okay. Wow. So Timmy flips the ignition, gets it started, and starts to back the bike out, but it doesn't move. Why doesn't it move? He looks down and sees that the tire's flat.
Thump, 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 thump.
And Wallace, you are heading down the dirt road, and you can see through the little rearview mirrors on the bike as you're heading down, and the dust is kind of you're hightailing it out of there. I mean, it's not dusty like a dirt road. It's still a road, but give me a spot hidden roll.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you're taking off, assuming that everything's fine. Right. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm full on going. I'm not slowing down.
Oh, did I take a roll? Yeah. Oh well.
Dice roll is broken for you. Means we win. That's what it means, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. See?
Okay. And okay. Come on. All right, so 1d10. Oh, no. 1d0. Wow, that actually worked. Okay, where did that come from? Okay, so 2. That's good. Oh, okay. And okay. Here we are. So it was Jack and Reg who took off first. Is Mary second, and Wallace in the rear. Wallace, you didn't see anything. Mary, give me a spot hidden roll, and who's driving? Is it well, actually, both Jack and Reg, give me a spot hidden roll too. Okay. Okay.
I've got to give you a spot hidden roll as well.
Oh yeah, it's just everybody. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh God.
you take off, and you're in the heat of the chaos in the moment. You're heading down the road, and Mary, you look in your rear view mirror, and as you do, you can see Wallace behind you, and what you're hoping to see is a third person. You see nothing, but what you do see is as Timmy is starting to back up, you can kind of see this like pantomime of him stopping. He looks down at the tire and noticing that that tire must be flat. And then as he looks up, you see probably one of the most horrendous things you've seen so far, other than this crazy nonsense, as a meat hook just catches Jack right in the face, right through his cheek, and
Sad trombone.
coming out of his mouth.
Sorry,
And then-
can we get that's Timmy, not Jack. Because
Yeah, so Timmy, yeah, did I say Jack? Yeah.
'cause-
And then you see another one just reaches in to his neck and yanks his head back off of the bike, as it seems like they've had enough. Give me a sanity roll, please.
Thought that was coming.
But apparently it doesn't phase you. But no, we're going to go ahead and give you 1 point of sanity loss, because this is a friend, you know them, but not going to go too extreme. But you can see as they pull him off the bike onto the ground. The other one kind of gets up and just starts kicking Timmy. As you continue down the road, and you have no way of contacting the others that are ahead of you. I mean, you could say something to Wallace, who's behind you. So do you do anything at this moment, or do you continue driving down the highway? I mean,
I'm just going to keep driving because
right.
no one's going to
Okay.
be able to hear me over the motorbike engines.
Right. So yeah. So we're going to take a break here. And once we do, there'll be a moment where Mary can or may not want to tell you what happened to poor Timmy. But Timmy.
Sorry,
Timmy
what's that? What's that, Lassie? Timmy's been pulled apart by meat hooks.
Yes.
Timmy's been fish hooked.
Right. So, all right. So 5-minute break. Anyone need to run to the restroom or get some more water and things?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Welcome back to round 3, whatever we call this. I forget what James calls it.
Well, the final part.
Yeah, part here we are. So you guys are hightailing it out of town, I would imagine. At this point in time, you're just flying down the road. Is that correct?
Yep.
So you zoom past, right? Other buildings, not even even paying attention to them, make your way down past the gas station. Out of the corner of your eye, you can kind of see a couple kind of stop to look at you as you're heading down. There's not even a moment to, figure out as it goes. So back to the larger map. So you are eventually going to where I'm. Can everyone see where I'm pinging?
Yep.
Up in the.
Yep.
Okay. So you're eventually going to make your way back down this road, right? And you can see signs of recent traffic. It looks like that they have put a couple of traps and markers on here. Just as a Reg, as you're heading down. There's not really. This is a straight road, and it's clear they've piled up as you're getting around things. You don't see anyone behind you, but you do eventually get to where the bridge is. And as you start to get close to where the bridge is, you do see that there are two vehicles kind of lined up, nose to nose on the road, blocking it. They look beat up and old, like trash. They look like they're inoperable. That's just on your first glance, just getting close to it. But you see this. Do you continue at full speed towards these, or how are you handling your approach on here?
I reckon we stop a way back, get out and move them out the way if they're movable.
Okay.
Um,
So
if those aren't movable, we can use the tow truck.
yeah.
But let's see if they're movable first. They might just need the handbrake taken off and pushing out the way. Is the bridge gone? Was it back there?
If you get close to the things, you'll see that the bridge still is broken. So there doesn't look like there's any way that you're going to get your cars across, but there still is. I mean, it's still a canyon. You're still the open desert to get through if you wanted to drive and see if there was another way through.
Right. Is it over a big crevasse, or is it like a valley that it's over?
Right. It is. Let me pull up the description here for you. Okay. Okay. All right. Where did I put that? Let's see. That's one thing I hate about which one. It's so much easier to flip through the books. Here we go. Okay. So it's generally going to be. It's not going to be a deep, crevasse. It's just going to be like a one of those angles where if you drive a vehicle into it, you're not going to get it back out. So it's not.
The airbag could get out.
It would be a precarious angle. I mean,
Up at an angle.
Might
like like long angle sideways, kind of going out, not straight up the embankment.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you were a skilled veteran of motocross and dirt bikes, yeah, I like where you're going.
Let's see if I can fuck this up.
I saw how this turned out in Cabin in the Woods.
Yes,
not so well.
So yeah, so the tow truck. I mean, okay, so let's get to the vehicles at hand. If you look at the vehicles themselves, there's blankets and there's actually a couple thermoses filled with water. This water is warm. It's been sitting out for a while, but the sun is kind of, it's it's late afternoon, so the sun is starting to descend. So it looks like this might have been not necessarily designed to stop you from driving, but this was a station where they may have been keeping watch to see if you made it back down this road. Both of these vehicles are inoperable. They're just used as roadblocks. But if you want to use the tow truck to move them out of the way, you can. But there's still the destruction of the wooden bridge across this ravine. That won't allow the tow truck to go over. But if you want to convince Mary to give the dirt bike a go going down and coming back up, that's between you.
Okay, I mean, how flat is the bottom of the canyon?
All right, let's see here. What's it called here in the U.S., Keith? It's called a wash, because that's kind of what it's.
A wash or a gully.
Right. But they're kind of they're specific in the desert area. And I know that there's.
Oh my God, I'm trying to think of the term.
I mean, so yeah, it's not like a canyon or anything, but.
Has it got a stream trickling through the bottom, or is it dry?
No, it's dry. It's dry. I mean, it would be a riverbed, because it looks like water could have flown through there at some point of the season. So it's kind of like a drainage ditch, like a runoff ditch, but a natural one. So if there was a rainy season, it would be filled with water, but it's kind of like a dry. It's like an empty riverbed, so to speak. Is the best way to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, wash is kind of, I'll put a link in chat. This is kind of what I think you're looking at. I know it's a big old link, but I don't know if that one actually comes up.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just had it in like preview mode. That's kind of what I envisioned when you said it.
Yeah, but deeper, right? Yeah. So this is actually, it's maybe about 20 feet or so down. So it's not like a straight drop. But imagine that, except just deeper. But that's what it's going to be on the bottom. It'll be flat on the bottom. But if you drove a tow truck over it, you would damage it and probably not get it out. A bike could go down at a particular angle and could go back up, but obviously, that's going to require a bit of a successful roll. But yeah, it's something that I can be done. But yeah, so that's perfect. Just like that, but just deeper.
Okay. So my thought is that we take the bikes down and then we carry them out the other side. Still going to be difficult.
Head down to the bottom and then drive along the bed.
Yeah,
it'll be smooth because water runs across it.
And then look for a spot that's easier to climb the embankment with the bikes.
Yep, that works.
Because we can ride two to a bike as well.
Yeah, because you're not going to actually push those bikes up a hill. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
I mean, now that there's only 4 of us as well.
Right. Okay, so just break this down step by step. You're going to ride the bike down, or you're going to try to two people are going to try to carry the bike down.
What's easier?
I think probably the best thing, we don't ride the bike down.
Okay.
We guide the bike down.
Yeah.
We literally basically take the clutch out and roll it down.
Somebody on the bike, 2 people.
No. Well, yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily on the bike, but alongside it, so it can guide it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if necessary, we can do it all together, basically one bike at a time. But I mean, the other option would be to, I don't know, if there's any rope in the tow truck to lower the bike down?
If it's a tow truck, it should have a winch.
Yeah.
Yes, there would be a winch on the front of the tow truck. So you could technically secure the bike. Someone would need to essentially, pop the clutch and just put it in the neutral. And it will help. It's not like you're not going to just winch it up and throw it into the canyon and slowly lower it because it's not at that particular angle.
Right.
But it could help. So okay, all right. So just for the sake of things, considering the angle of the canyon and the size of it, I'm not going to require anything ridiculous other than just a general dexterity test, just to see if there's if something occurs where you might slip, trip, or fall, something that would naturally occur when you're doing this, but we're not going to draw it out too much. So just everyone just give me a straight dex
I'm
roll.
not going to. I'm going to be the grifter that I am, and so you do it. Keep watch.
Okay, good enough. So who's actually going down with the bike? Okay, Wallace. Okay, Wallace, and then someone obviously would want to help.
I'm going down on the bike.
That's fine. Okay, so who's
Yeah.
going to help? Who's going to help Wallace maintain his balance?
Well, looks like he's gonna. Well, I've got the book.
I guess it'll have to be then.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah.
And there's two bikes, by the way. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm doing
okay.
all right.
Great. Okay. So it takes a bit of time. There's some slipping and sliding and a couple tense moments, but the one bike gets down just fine. And getting back up is a bit precarious, but you could use the winch to kind of help you climb back up. And you do the secondary bike, and you finally get the other the other bike to the bottom of the dry riverbed. And so it's starting to get a little bit dark. It's dusk, so the shadows are starting to set in. The sun is setting behind the mountains, but there's still a tiny bit of daylight left. So the bikes are down. Reg, you're standing up above, managing the whole situation perfectly. And so both Wallace and Mary are at the bottom with the second bike. So what do you got? What's your next step at this point?
Well, while I'm there, I'm going to search the wrecks of the cars. Anything in them?
Okay. Give me 2 luck rolls. Okay.
Fail and fail.
Okay. Actually, it's not that you're not going to find anything. I just want to determine the quality of it. Give me for one car. Where is it? Where's my chart? That's on here. Just give me a D100 twice.
7 and 83.
7 and 83. Okay, perfect.
Those got to be good numbers.
Someone.
Here we are. Okay, so 7. There we go. 7. Okay, so you searched through one, and as mentioned that you already had found a couple thermoses filled with day old water. It's the water looks relatively clean, but it's warm now. It's no longer maintaining its proper temperature. But you pop the trunk of one of the old vehicles, and inside is an old metal lunchbox. And a very old one. This is a black kind of domed lunchbox. With the with thermos stamped on the side of it.
I'll open it.
Okay, so you open it, and the lunchbox itself is relatively is empty, but there is another actual physical thermos inside. but there's nothing else besides that. So the thermos is resting inside the dome part of the lunchbox.
Okay, I'll open it away from me, knowing what these weirdos are like.
Okay, so you open up that thermos, and a wave of just overwhelming scent of vinegar hits your nostrils, as whatever was inside this thermos, definitely not water, but something in there has rotted to the point of turning completely to vinegar.
I'll tip it out onto the floor.
Okay. All right. And what was the other roll? 83?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 83. Okay. So you're going, as you're kind of searching through the other vehicle, you find a small rectangular object. It's paper, and on the front of it it says ivory soap, 199.9% pure.
Block of soap.
Yeah, a brick of soap.
Okay, I'll pocket it.
Okay. All right. Those are the only other things you find of interest in the vehicle, other than just broken bits of scrap, and also you do find too, kind of like a horse blanket inside both of them, something that someone would have used to keep themselves warm if they were out here at night.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll fashion out of the horse blanket
Mm-hmm.
a makeshift caboose kind of backpack,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll load the book into, and the two thermoses to give it a bit of weight.
Okay.
And I'll tie it around myself, because even though the water's cold, it's still drinkable.
Okay.
And it'll cool down overnight as well.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So you've searched the vehicles. Those who are at the goalie with the motorcycles, what are you two doing?
Okay. Just waiting for Wallace. Sorry, for Reg to come down. Just checking the ground to see how, if it's rocky, if it's smooth, how difficult it's going to be to ride over. Really. The point is basically, I mean, once we're all down, basically, apart from Reg, just basically shout up to him to come on.
Yeah.
All right. Right. What I'll do is the pickup truck that we came in, I'll grab a couple of screwdrivers out of the toolbox for weapons, and then I'll try and hide it in some nearby bushes or behind a big rock or something, and then I'll try and scrub the tire tracks, and then I'll head my way down.
Okay. All right. Just give me a dexterity check.
Here's where I fall, break my neck, epic ending.
Ooh, okay. I mean, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be a flat fall. It's gonna be a tumble. So you're going to, tumble down the hill. Just roll a d6.
I know what's going to happen here. I've got 6 hit points.
Oh boy.
Oh. Okay.
Cuts and
All right.
bruises.
Yeah. So you, I would imagine a litany of curses follow you as you tumble down this embankment, but you come to a stop in front of the others. On the flat of the dry riverbed here.
Would you stop screwing around and let's go?
Okay.
Talking of screwing around, and hand everyone screwdrivers. It's like, just in case, stab them in the neck.
You've got the book. Have you still got the book?
Yeah, it's it, and I'll point to the makeshift backpack I've made, and I found some water as well.
Water's good.
Right. I look at that and go, "You driving the motorbike?"
No, I'm just going to jump on one of these.
Right.
I'll jump on with Wallace. You jump on with Mary.
Okay.
We'll ride behind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're you're just gonna follow the riverbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until we find a better place for getting out and back to the road.
Okay. So Mary's driving, Wallace is driving, Reg is with Mary, and Jack's with Wallace. Is
No,
that
the other way around.
Other way,
okay?
yeah.
Other way around. Got it. Got it. So you both you mount on the bikes, and you feel the both of you riding the bikes. You can feel the weight of it kind of lean towards the back, and as you kind of you're starting the bikes, you start them up, light them up, the both the headlights work, and you head off down the riverbed. Both who are driving, give me a drive auto check.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Yep.
So you're making your way down the riverbed for some time, and it's this the sun is now set and it's dark, and it's getting very difficult to see exactly where you're going. The riverbed, it's doesn't there's not a lot of twists and turns. It keeps itself relatively straight as you're heading towards what best you can tell is, well, first off, were you guys heading north or south if we were looking on the map?
Head the way the water runs, because it'll eventually lead us to the sea.
Okay.
Okay.
We're in
but then we
Texas.
But then we could throw the book in the sea.
Spoken
Well-
like a true Brit to America. It's like in the middle of Arizona, follow it to the ocean.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like the sea's a long way. Weren't we
But-
heading north originally before all of
You
this
were,
started?
yes. You were heading
Yeah.
north, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
north
We should
the way
continue north.
that we're going? Or is
And that-
north the opposite direction to the way we're going?
North is here, I'll get some drawn here. So for example, the riverbed would be running in this direction. So across the road. So if you're heading north, that was the original way you were heading to, get to your next destination a few days ago. So okay. So but
Well, yeah,
take
and
it
north
easy.
takes us away from the town and all of the weirdness, so I would feel better going north than south anyways.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
So
Well,
you're
I mean, I kind of go, yeah, but if we go north, it's possibly going to get narrower and narrower. If that's the river, the source of the river.
Yeah, but look at the riverbed.
Yeah, there's no water in here.
Yeah, I know, but it might close in or something. It's less likely to if we go the other way.
Yeah, but if we have to abandon the bikes, the further away we are from these weirdos, the better off we are.
Okay.
so it's getting dark, like I said, and you're kind of having to take it easy. The bikes are handling the dry, rocky riverbed relatively well. An occasional bush or shrub will pop up in front of you, but you're narrowly, you avoid them in due time. And you see there are pockets of the riverbed that just kind of dip a little bit, but still, I mean, not enough to comfortably get out of there, but there are moments where you could try if you like. So, but nothing that if you failed, it's going to tumble back upon you. But you do see at a certain moment that the riverbed does dip enough to where if there might be a good chance if you wanted to make your way out, you probably could, if you got off of your bikes and kind of try to maneuver like you did last time to get them out. You could try to gun it up these hills, but so it's either or. You can try to do a drive auto at a disadvantage and take the chance of dumping it, or if you like to be more cautious and have two people kind of push it up the hill, you might be able to get out of the riverbed.
I think caution's the best option.
Cautious.
Yeah, I think at this point, if it looks feasible, like as we're coming down the riverbed and that embankment, I guess that would be on our left-hand side. That would be the side the highway would be on. Looks approachable to walk the bike up. I think that would be better than gunning it, because that's all we want to do is like flip it and roll it and smash it and get killed.
Right. Okay. So get off the bikes. And so I would imagine I would see like kind of both of you side by side, one on one side of the bike and one on the other.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like helping maneuver it as you're getting up the hill. It's not easy. These bikes are heavy, even for two people, and you're making your way up. And just for the heck of it, who's trying to go up first? I mean, I would imagine you're kind of going in a line up the hill. So who's pushing their bike up first, and who's falling behind?
I guess we could go up first, Reg and I.
Okay. Both of you give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
I got a success.
Okay.
Whoo!
All right. So you're making your way up the embankment. It's it's a mixture of muddy rock, shale, stone, and as you're pushing it off, as you're making your way up the hill, bits of just rock and you know everything just kind of tumbles to the side. And you're looking up at the top of the embankment, and you see you could see the top part where kind of the lip heads over, and you almost see something like the lip kind of like bulge up, and just kind of as you kind of stop and point the headlight of the bike at it, it almost looked like the dirt went from kind of flat to like just bulging up a little bit, but you're not sure if it's a trick, if your imagination.
Reg, you see that?
See what?
And I turn the bike wheel to where it's like kind of welling up, bulging up. Like, does that look normal?
I don't know, mate. You're from here. You tell me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't live in the desert.
Well, neither do I.
Well, you're the one that floats around and travels the world. Didn't know if you saw something like that before.
Oh,
Does anything about it, just other than it kind of wells up?
probably just your imagination, mate.
I mean, maybe.
We've had a stressful 24 hours.
It has been a very stressful 24 hours. Truly has. I think it's just going to turn me into smoking marijuana and maybe not being a cop.
That's the spirit, also.
Maybe I'll find a nice cool pair of shades like you had.
You had to bring the shades up, didn't you?
Couldn't pass it up. Sorry.
Let's carry on heading up. I'm just convinced it was a trick of the bird and see it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going because I don't know otherwise either. So
Okay. Well, both Mary and Jack, you
I'll draw my
see.
pistol
Yeah. Okay.
just in case.
Both Mary and Jack, you see that Wallace and Reg have stopped. You can kind of hear the conversation.
I was hoping to see a fucking highway.
Okay. But do you dive into this conversation, or as they start?
It's a case of, come on, guys. What's going on?
Trick of light? I don't know.
Look, let's just go to the top. We can have a proper look then.
Yeah.
Okay. So both Reg and Wallace, you crest the top, right? And
Okay.
before you see just the blackness of the desert. It's just flat. But you do have your bearings because you realize that as you crest, you have to be pointing towards the west as you make your way out of the riverbed. So to the best of your knowledge, you're if you got it in front of you, but you don't see the lights of any roads. But you kind of feel like you're in the right direction. I need another spot hidden from both Mary and Jack.
We saw nothing.
Okay. All right. So you crest over the hill, following Wallace and following Wallace and Reg. And as you do, you roll over and you can kind of see them there, their bikes, and they're kind of looking off in the distance in the darkness, and this might be the direction we're going to go. What is Jack? What is? Hold on here. I can't really roll this. It's going to spoil something, but so let me just do this.
See, I could pretend to be James. Go, if we were using fantasy grounds, you could roll that hidden.
Can't
Yeah.
you do that in Roll20 anyway?
You can, but I'm just going to do this. It's just easier for me. Okay. Jack, you feel something kind of come over on your shoulder. You can feel the presence as it kind of like out of the periphery of your eye, and you kind of look down and you see reaching over your shoulder and kind of grasping down these long fingers, longer than thin, almost desiccated, as they kind of grasp, and you feel the claws kind of sink into your shoulder. What do you do?
It's basically, get off.
Okay. The rest of you hear this, and I assume you all are going to turn.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
As you turn, as Jack kind of, you hear him shout, the four of you turn, and what you see standing behind Jack is not just shatters your reality for a moment, as you see a rough-skinned, large-eyed, very large-eared, almost this distorted resemblance to, well, a koala bear facially, but emaciated, as this thing is almost smiling behind behind Jack, as these bulbous eyes kind of glint in the moonlight, and you hear this kind of that, not just from it, but other things kind of emerging from the sand as they kind of rise and the dirt trickles down from them. And I will show you what they look like here. I'm going to move you.
Is that before or after I shit my pants?
Oh, no. But can I get a sanity roll from everybody?
Well, as I said. Oh, yeah. Look at Reg, just gloating.
Seen worse.
I've seen worse on a Friday night. In the clubs in Soho.
Oh, you've been?
I've heard. I've read magazines.
Come on, Token. Oh, God damn it. I hate this. Why can't I just drag it onto here?
Oh, the background changed.
Okay, so those who failed, I need a 1d6 for your sanity loss. Those who succeeded don't suffer anything.
I lost 5.
Ooh.
Ooh. And what happens when we lose 5?
I don't want to do anything. Oop,
Oh,
hold
sorry,
on.
I'm just trying to get it to.
Yeah, I did the same thing. You got to go up to the top and hit edit mode.
Colin?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Turn off edit mode. You want me to make another roll?
In what reality does that look like a koala bear?
What's that?
In what reality does that look like a koala bear?
That's the description from August Derleth, and this is what the artist made with it. So,
let's go with
like Gollum.
shaved koala bear.
it does, except it's more sand colored in tone.
Oh God, this is getting worse, isn't it?
And I made a hard success on my
It's like
intelligence
like
roll.
the Sorcerer's Apprentice, isn't it?
Okay. All right. So, So who else did anyone else lose 5 besides?
I think it was just me.
Okay. All right. So
He's run away.
where's the sanity? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So
Remember that bowel movement I said I was going to have?
Okay, so five initiate. So you make an intelligence check.
Which I got a hard success.
Right. So you succeed. So nothing happens, or is it just a?
No, that's the one you want to fail.
Yeah, because right now my cousin really groks.
Right.
These
yeah. I'm fully understanding that these don't look like koala bears, and they're really scaring the shit out of me now.
So then it's bouts of madness, then, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be a 1d10.
Yep. That would be a 5 on your little magic chart.
Okay. Okay.
Unless 5 doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, not in this particular instance. Everything else does.
Which page are you on?
I'm looking at the GM screen.
Oh, I don't have mine handy. I got the.
Yeah, it's 5 is significant person, so you're going to mistake another person in the scene for their significant person, lasting 1d10 rounds.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Your significant person.
This is supposed to be with their background. So if they had a significant person in their background story, that
right,
this become more like in a delusional state, which makes sense in certain aspects.
Yeah, like all the other things make sense. You want me to just re-roll?
Just re-roll, yeah.
Okay. So 6.
Okay. All right. And then roll me another 1d10.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Oh.
All right, so you're out for 6 rounds.
I literally see these things and I'm just kind of like,
So this is what it sounds like when doves cry.
So I faint and I fall over, kind of like at a 45-degree angle, like on my face.
Okay, so what do the rest of you do then?
Does Wallace just go and just freak out?
Oh yeah, Wallace is almost, I want to say probably without a breath. He turns and everything just stops functioning and he passes out, pretty much leaving you holding the opposite end of the bike, or the other side of the bike.
Right. Well, I've got the gun drawn, like I said.
Okay.
So what I'll do, I'll lean on the bike so I'm pressing it against the embankment, and I'll try and have a shot at one of them.
Okay. Let me pull up. Let's see what they're.
Sorry to leave you hanging, guys.
All right, go ahead. I mean, they're kind of. We won't go into initiative just yet. So.
Oh.
Okay. Now you do have 2 more shots. It's going to be at disadvantage if you want to try.
How many bullets does the gun have?
Well, it's a revolver, so you got 2 more bullets left in it.
No, I'm going to save them for myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's so hard he requires 2 shots to kill himself.
Well, it is.
Okay. So
I know it's because I'll miss with the first shot. Point blank.
So the rest of you, what do
Well,
you do?
This thing has still got its claws on me at the moment. So
Right.
I mean, I know what I'm doing.
yeah, you've got the easy option. I'm trying to twist out of its grasp.
Don't forget, I gave you the screwdriver.
I'm trying to twist out of its grasp before I sort of,
Okay.
And my first thought is escape, is to get out of this.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a
Strength roll?
Yeah, I mean you're not really grappled, but yeah, just give me a strength roll at an advantage because you're kind of trying to rip away. Okay, yeah, so you kind of rip out of its grasp, and what do you do after that?
That's an
Okay.
08. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm scrambling back, and yes, I am reaching for pulling out that screwdriver. And I'm trying to get. I'm going over to my cousin because he's fallen over, could have hurt himself, could have hit a rock.
Right.
Could have knocked himself out. Could have a broken nose.
So, Mary, what do you do?
Did we get as far as getting the bikes out of the hole?
Both bikes are over the hole. So so Wallace is passed out right next to one. Reg is kind of leaning one up against something and taking a shot. So yeah, both bikes are on the edge. So they're kind of coming up, not out of the goalie, but kind of up on the lip, the edge. They're kind of rising up out of the earth.
Right. In that case, I'm going to pull out my screwdriver and prepare to defend myself.
Okay.
That's probably not something you thought you'd say tonight.
All right, so let's go ahead and just do straight then. Let me pull your things on here and see how we go. All right. I'll move out of my way. There's no characters for them. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, copy, and back down here. And here we are. Okay, so same thing. Dexterity is going to determine initiative, and they have a whopping 65. There we are. Okay, let's remove them. Trash them. And turn. 65. Okay, there we go. Everyone still should be in there. And descending. Okay, so well, unfortunately, Wallace would have been first to react, but he's laying on the desert floor. Possibly. Yeah,
he can do that first.
I mean, I'm just laying down on the job. I apologize for my inability to keep my composure.
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask is before we proceed, but they're going to do something. They're all kind of like as they're risen up, and the dust is just almost dripping off of them like water. And these 6 sets of eyes look at you, but the one that had Jack in its grasp, you hear something that almost sounds like a word. You hear book. Who has the book? Okay.
The one who passed his son and the one who's got a gun.
Yeah. Okay. So one's going to leap at you, Reg. Yeah, these aren't set in here, so I'm gonna have to use normal dice. Go. All right. So that's 52, and what is their? Oh, okay. All right. So So one kind of leaps at you, Reg, but he falls short. Now, I guess at this moment in time, I got to ask, in order to avoid this, you're going to have to like either let the bike drop or maneuver away from it, or are you going to kind of hang tight?
Maneuver away from it.
Okay. All right. So it misses you. It kind of leaps at you, but it kind of lands right in front of you. And you can see that those fingers aren't just fingers, but they're claws. As he's kind of hunched over. God damn it! It's so hard not to just give me my precious. It's just they look like Gollum. The person who drew this just okay, send it back. Who approved this? Who what? Are you serious? This is Gollum. It's like, no, it's a sand dweller. I was late. All right, so, and then here we go. Oh, okay. All right, so, and boom. Okay. So the other one's going to pounce behind him, and he is going to connect. But since this is a melee roll, you have the ability to dodge, right? So
I assume so. Yeah.
yes. So go ahead and give me a dodge roll. Okay. All right. And
Reg is about to die.
I think I'm right behind you.
It is.
Yeah, but
an
I've got
X.
4 hit points.
yeah.
You got what?
4 hit points.
I got 6.
All right. So the one kind of leapfrogs over it, and there's an upswipe of a claw. And those of you watching Reg just see a shower of red blood just kind of cascade up away from him. As Reg, you take 6 hit points of damage.
Oh, I'm -2 then.
Okay.
Oh,
And you see Mighty Reg tumble backwards into the blackness of the darkness. And there's one more who looks around, and since Reg has fallen, this will just be a random between you two. So 1, 2, Mary, 3, 4, Jack. Mary. Okay, Mary. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
good, isn't it?
Yes.
I hope that means it punched itself in the face.
No, so this one is going to start to rise. You can see it's getting in the position to leapfrog like the others, and it seems like the pressure of it as he does, he's staring at you, and the you can almost see yourself in the disc-shaped eyes that are reflecting in the night. Then you hear like a crunch and a crumble as you hear rock and stone and dirt break way as he falls backwards and tumbles down into the gully that you just came out of. Jack.
shit. What about the book? We're supposed to. Reg. Oh my God. Oh God. I'm going over to the lip and looking down. Reg.
Okay. Well, Reg is up above.
Oh,
everyone's up above, and the bikes are up there. It's just they came up behind you.
Oh, right.
And
Okay. They passed me by. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Are they still ahead of me or behind me?
They're ahead of you.
Okay.
So they two went towards Reg. One went to attack Mary, but it fell back into the gully.
Okay. In that case, I get the screwdriver and stab one in the back.
Okay.
That's not going to go well.
It sounded like full prison fight, doesn't it?
Yeah. Where are we?
Balls in a sock suit, don't they?
Okay.
Where's that bar of soap? Put it in a sock and hit him.
Yeah. Where's my toothbrush? Could have made a shiv. Right. Okay. So I'm attacking from behind with my brawl skill.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh, got oh, right. Okay. I had a switchblade. I didn't see that. Okay. I would use my switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see that I've got any damage. I'm going to get damage bonus, so I shall roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant! 1 point of damage.
Right. So the switchblade kind of barely pierces their carapace, and you hear what seems to be the sound of metal grinding on almost sand or stone, as you just don't have the strength to pierce it any further. Next we have Reg is out. Mary.
I'm going to try and help Jack by attacking the same one.
Okay. All right.
While screaming about how the bastards killed Reg.
Go ahead.
So should I just use my unarmed roll since I have no actual
Or
weapons?
brawl, yeah. Brawl or whichever. And this is going to be with a screwdriver, right? Okay.
Well, that's all academic.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So Wallace is still passed out. Okay.
That's round one.
With the screwdriver.
Yep, round one. So Reg is out. The one reaches down to grab the satchel that you created, Reg, and it picks up, it with the book inside of it, and it turns and starts to flee off into the darkness. I know. Starts to flee off into the darkness. The other one kind of glances around and gives each one of you a hiss, and it kind of sneers at you, but almost looks like a smile, and it turns and goes back down the gully where the other one fell. And they're gone. So leaving essentially Mary and Jack there standing alone in the darkness. And as you do, you hear something in the distance. Give me both a listen roll real quick. Okay.
Hold on characters.
Jack.
My character seems to have disappeared. Cute.
Oh, did we lose him?
Lose who?
His character sheet. Roll20 could be acting up. Okay.
Found it. Didn't hear a thing.
No problem. Well, you do hear something, but you're not sure what it is. You hear something coming from the riverbed, kind of like a rumbling sound, but you can't really make out what it is. The echoes are the canyon is distorting it a bit. So we're kind of at almost near the end point here. What would you like to do?
I'm going to be looking at Jack going, what do we do now?
I'm going, I don't know. I don't know what I've been doing all damn day yesterday.
Can we wake Wallace up?
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah.
Basically, we go and slap Wallace around the face till he wakes up.
Okay.
Basically, wake up, wake up.
So that would be another 8 rounds before he finally wakes up. Now, what about
out of combat?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what do you do about Reg? I mean, he's in the darkness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm apologize, but once someone's out, they're out, right? There's no bringing back negatives, or is there? You can't bind them or anything? So I won't look.
Oh God, I haven't played in so long. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I don't remember. Where's our background rules guy? Hold on, I got the charts right here. damage chart. So, let me see. Hit points fall to 0. Has a major wound been taken? Yes or no? Let's see. Unconscious. If it's not, or if it's a major wound, then then he's dying. Check the dying box and mark hit points as 0. So they don't go below 0; they go to 0, and then you
0.
determine if he's unconscious, if it's a major wound or not.
Okay. Yeah, it would be a major wound.
So then so then that's dying. Check dying box and mark hit points as 0. And then the next is current round. Somebody administers successful first aid. If they do, temporarily stabilized at +1 hit point. If not, con roll at the end of the round after falling unconscious, and every round thereafter, failure means death.
Okay. All right. So determining what's going on, you eventually you're going to wake you're going to wake Wallace up, right? And then there's Reg. Yeah. So
I mean, the
now,
thing
now we know Reg is not necessarily dead yet. We can
Right.
give him first aid.
And the other thing is the fact is, I mean, I would go, where's Reg? Because I didn't see what happened to him.
Okay. So does someone want to find Reg there and try to administer aid? Because he's literally just raked up the chest. Unfortunately, your nurse was hooked back in town.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Okay. So someone give me a roll, and while you do that, those who aren't administrating, you're gonna hear a bunch of noise at the bottom of the gully, and if you look over the edge, you're gonna see lights of vehicles, motorcycles down in the gully.
Of course we are.
Yes. So who wants to try to assist Reg?
I'm gonna have a go.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoa. Well done.
Okay.
So Reg would be temporarily stabilized and gains 1 hit point.
Okay. So what do you all do now? There's a group down at the bottom of the gully. We could stop here, or we can conclude it. It's up to you.
Conclude as in the entire scenario?
Well, conclude it depends on what you choose to do. I mean,
Gotcha.
I know I don't want to ride off into the sunset. If you guys want to do one more, we can finish it off with a nice bow, depending on how things go. But this is kind of like a culmination of, which way is going to happen. You've got, someone who's wounded and unconscious, and you're at the top of we only have 2 motorcycles, that kind of thing. So are we, let me ask you all this. Are you good for one more, or were you hoping to finish this today?
I'm good for one more.
Yeah, I'm good for one more.
Good.
I'd rather we finish it right.
Good. Okay. Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
How about you, Sue?
So are you okay
Yep.
with throwing up? Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, good. I was hoping to hear that, because there's a big chunk of it that I feel that we just kind of need to steer towards and just give you a little bit of the extra thing. So yeah, so we'll conclude here. Reg is stable. Mary, you're ripping some of the horse blanket away. You're binding him. You're staunching the flow of blood. Wallace, you're awake now. You have no idea what's going on. You see
Right.
Reg is there, bleeding out. And then also Jack, the book's gone. And at the bottom of the gully, you see what looks to be the lights of a vehicle and 2 smaller lights of motorcycles at the bottom. And the shouts of men. And that's where we'll stop right there. So there we are. J-Ball, we good, or did you fall asleep? All right, excellent. We will put a pin in it there then, and then we'll meet again. So we don't need to do the shout outs unless anyone wants to just do real quick, mention something. Nah, we're all good with that.
All
Okay,
good.
cool. Excellent. Well, here we are. We are, at session of Highway of Blood. We kind of move things forward. We lost poor Timothy. Things are getting a bit more dangerous, but there's still, the sights to show you, the sights to see. We will be touching more on the more mythical mythos aspect of the next episode. Hope everyone had fun. Thank you
Yeah.
all for spending your time here with us on a Saturday. And there we are.